Yo, what's the deal, fam? I hope you all are doing well out there. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Today, we're going to highlight the Queen's Connection, Large Pro, featuring Nas, 1+1. Let's get right to the music.
Large Pro, Nas, traveling through the mind one time. Get bliss to this. The greatest lesson ever learned has yet to be taught. Niggas running out of court like what the fuck they thought. It made me sober. My mans, I just can't picture being locked up. They used to be in mad fly, 850 I style.
I'm going to keep stating it. His opening lines are flawless. It just grabs you, right? The greatest lesson ever learned, the greatest lesson ever learned is yet to be taught. Like, it just grabs you immediately. And like you say to yourself, like, son about to go crazy. Like, you know he about to go nuts on this. Also, it speaks on the cycles, the opening lines of how dudes find themselves in the same situation as we spoke about before. And it takes a toll on those people around them. Dudes running out of court, like they thought, like, yo, why would you put yourself in that position? Like, everyone feels the pain, you know what I'm saying? Those behind the wall and those who have to do the time with them.
Let us read Nas, they can never bury me, but through me, my nigga, you free. Truly, reppin' QB, my life is like a movie.
You know what? That line is always stuck out to me when he said, through me, you always be free. And I get it. Like, it's one of those, like, as long as I'm shining, you'll always be a part of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as I'm progressing, you can take credit for that, because I know if you were able to be here, you would be. But it's kind of heartbreaking in a sense too, because it's almost like a parent who didn't reach their goals, but now they live vicariously through their children. Yes, you want your children to succeed, but is it healthy at times if you don't focus on yourself as well? Because you will never have a sense of fulfillment living vicariously through other individuals.
The credits at the end and the film plays again. The script is every rhyme I ever said off the gin. Bloodshot, Hennessy eyes, infinity drives without a sound, Queens bound. Paulie got a call from War from 40. Meeting out in Beach Channel with peeps from Hamels. Blunted niggas get roasted and they ride, soak their tongues in Remy. Heat.
Descriptive writing, not drink liquor, not sip on wine. He could have said things in an array of different ways, but soak their tongues in Remy. Like, that is so descriptive. You can actually, like, visualize it. And it's amazing how he can just take the simplest things and make it sound so complex. I thought that was pretty dope.
In the 5 Series high Larry, when them blue and white cars drive near me. Ava Rex Gore-Tex wet with fly Jerry.
Another one, like Leary, when the blue and whites drive near me. That's another descriptive situation, because you got to go back to the previous line when he's soak his tongue in Henny. So now he's a little nervous and apprehensive, and that's more descriptive writing, like his imagery, his ability to execute so frequently is the reason why people seem to take his skill for granted, because the success rate is so high. You almost feel as though it requires no effort or is that easy. But very few, if not anyone, can do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think his execution on a consistent basis is something that's used against him, because he makes it look so easy, but it's not, ladies and gentlemen.
Israelite, original, insight, and lethal. First Hebrew, God sent, golden Asian, phenomenal. You can't say that they Nas without saying the honorable. Wealthy, Wall Street, read the chronicles. I fuck big titty chicks who take the Long Island City licks. Drunk off the Eeze with Henny mix. Mad niggas is jail like TCB. Teaching me everything you see ain't always what it be. Hardly able to chill, night ills, feeling slight chills. Finding out that rich niggas have to write wills. High till I.
That's crazy. We got to keep in mind that this album was shelved. I think it was supposed to come out around 96, 97. Didn't come out to maybe 5 years later. So when we heard the joint, it was an old verse. And now we're talking almost 20 years later, and it still sounds fresh. And that line, um, hardly able to chill, night ills, feeling slight chills, and he goes on to talk about got to find out that rich dudes got to write wills. That is like it totally explains like the peaks and valleys of success, like how is a realization that money can ease problems or ease tensions or ease situations, but it also brings about so much more responsibility, right? Like when you think about it, most dudes who get money don't realize that it's very important to do things like succession and estate planning. And I find it like it's amazing because when you do those type of things that he's speaking about, I know it's, some people it's like, yo, well, you just got to write a will, but writing a will, you have to come to the realization that you aren't immortal. That's pretty much saying, yo, I know I'm gonna die. So I need to handle this. Everyone can't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone can't come to that realization. So I thought that line was pretty dope.
Die Eldorado, red back to Uzo. Pretty thug, last dawn by Mario Puzo. La 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 la. Stages and phases that we go through in a lifetime may be more than a few. Cause one day you're A and the next you're May.
That was fire. Large Professor, that was fire. And the reason what made it so dope is that obviously he said the stages and phases that we go through. But if you tie that back to Nas's line, the greatest lesson never learned is yet to be taught. And that first opening bar for Large Professor, it pretty much shed light on what Nas was stating because he went on to share one of the greatest lessons in life. The stages and phases that we go through in this lifetime may be more than a few. I just love the way that they was playing off each other. I don't know if it was intentional, but that was fire. 1+1, right?
Have a brand new topic and see a new way like history. While it's repeating, I'm beating the drum on the dumb and blurry. Don't worry, the least bit about shit. When the weak split, the raw grain remain. Long rain, this is.
I'm beating the drum on the blonde and blurry. Like he's pretty much like speaking to youngins, the dumb, blind and blurry. And he's telling them like you're gonna go through things. It'll be life won't be perfect, but remain who you are. Stay tall, and even when those who split, don't take it personal. When the weak split, like he's telling a story. If you really pay attention, Large Professor is nice, man. He's very underrated as an MC.
Possible, I know in charge like a rhino, bro. I gotta let this music go. But the maestro climbs higher heights, so season a baseline in mind of a bear dog shrine in hell.
That was fire. Season the baseline in mind of a band dog shrine in hell. All right. Season the baseline. All right. Enhance the baseline. Add some EQ, maybe some effects. He's talking directly probably about the bass, the music itself. But also enhance the mind of a band dog. Band dog is typically like a dog with that guards property or, for lack of a better term, security. But I thought that was a metaphor for he was seasoning the mind of a youngin who's protecting his position.
Can't tell all the times I fell, but can tell a thing called man. I stand in the eyes of the Father, tasteful like guava. Unravel and break down the tech and solve a problem in no time. You lose your mind trying to calculate the rate of the large incline out of nowhere.
Yo, he blacking on this, man. Like, you lose your mind trying to calculate the rate of the large incline. Obviously, that's self-explanatory. Like, large incline, great, massive, but is a play on his name as well. Large Professor. You lose your mind trying to calculate my incline. Like, that's pretty fire. Large Extra P gets busy, man.
I go where few can go. On the strength, I be rising on tunes and flow. With the flock, very seldom. Words when I weld them. Connect for the perfect brew. How you?
Words when I weld them. I don't think I ever heard anyone state that like that. That's pretty unique. He was blacking on this, man. Large Professor was like, yo, he was going up. I know y'all heard that, man. Like, he is a great use of words. Like, it's a great use of words. Well, words when I weld them, when I put them together, welding. Like, that's what I mean about like with writers. You can tell who reads, who takes the time to actually go into a thesaurus and substitute words. These two together have like the perfect chemistry, man. They don't have any whack music together, man. We can go straight down the line from all the joints he's produced for Nas to this joint. You got Stay Chisel, whether it's the original version or the joint that was on LP's album. They have such a rich history and dope chemistry, man. And One Plus One is definitely one of my favorite joints. And as I stated previously, this album was shelved, I think, by Geffen Records in like 96, 97, and it still sounds fresh in 2022, even after it was released in, I think, 2002 or 3. So that says a lot, man. You can't deny good music, man. I want y'all to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. What's your take on the song One Plus One? What's your favorite line from it? And y'all stay strong out there. And always go get yours.